Tomorrow we are to launch the third paper in our series of voice, treaty and truth-telling. You might remember that some months ago we made it clear to our supporters that the referendum was not just about recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the Constitution. It was a lot more than that. Prime Minister Albanese said he wanted the whole Uluru Statement from the Heart, which is, as you'll recall, voice, treaty and truth-telling. So we've published our analysis of the voice, we've published our analysis of the treaty, and now we're publishing truth-telling. Now, truth-telling is a funny one. It's about making sure that Aboriginal history is told, especially the conflict between Aboriginal people and new settlers. And that's perfectly reasonable. The question is, though, are we going to learn anything new? I mean, it was written down at the time. There are, in fact, a number of royal commissions into these matters. And there is no new truth to be had. You can look it up. So we've written a paper that talks about a different truth, and that is the truth of the journey of most Aboriginal people in the modern world. So, for instance, Ian Conway, who sits on our board, has told his quite harrowing story of being raised in South Australia and being taken from his grandmother and his wider family, not once or twice, but 3 times, but eventually made it through, created a successful life, as has most of his relatives, and he makes that point. So our truth is one of overcoming anything that's thrown in the way of a person, whether it be race or identity or poverty or anything else that would keep you from a good life. So Ian proudly tells his story, as has Kerry White, who's on our board, and Bob Little, who's also on the board. So these, to us, are the truths, and they're much more positive story. There is not much point in rereading what was written 100 or 200 years ago that does not, with great respect, affect our lives today. Nevertheless, many Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people had and continue to have very difficult lives. The question is, how do they get out of that? How do they get beyond that? And I think there are so many good lessons in the stories of Ian Conway and Kerry White and Bob Little and many others, and they'll be part of our paper 3 on truth-telling.